We the people have the power. Not the banks, not the investment funds, not the politicians, us. The men and women who work, save, and build. The backbone of this country. For generations, we've been told to trust a system that quietly takes more from us each year. Prices rise, savings shrink, and the rules keep changing, always in someone else's favor. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of it. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. The money we use isn't real wealth anymore. It's a promise built on a mountain of debt. Yet right now, in this moment, we still have a choice. A chance to protect what's ours before it's too late. Because real money still exists. It's tangible, it's finite, and it's been trusted for over 5,000 years. I'm talking about silver, the people's money. History shows us that when everything else fails, like currencies, banks, even governments, silver as money endures. And for the first time since the Hunt brothers tried to corner the silver market, and since Reddit's WallStreetSilver movement took the world by storm, we the people can finally do it right. Not with greed, not with hype, but with unity, truth, and ownership. Because when 1 million people wake up and take back real money, ounce by ounce, that's not just a movement, that's a return to freedom. We the people have the power. Our founding fathers granted us these powers in the Constitution, and now we need to take it back. I'm Noel Lorenzana. A quick note before we start. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It's not financial advice, and I'm not recommending that anyone buy or sell anything. My goal is to simply help you understand how money and value really work, so you can make your own informed decisions. The fall of real money. Our founding fathers understood something timeless. Real money, gold and silver, was the foundation of our freedom. Not because it made people rich, but because it made them independent. When your money holds value on its own, no government or banker can take that away. That's why in the Constitution they were very clear. Congress shall have the power to coin money and regulate the value thereof. Didn't say print it, coin it, in gold and in silver. And for a long time, that's exactly what America did. Our money used to be real. Every paper dollar used to be backed by silver or gold, stored in vaults. And if you wanted to, you could actually trade in your paper dollars for real silver and gold. And our coins had real silver in them, dimes, quarters, half dollars, all the way up until 1964. Canada had silver coins until 1968. You used to be able to hold real value in your hand, but then things started to change. Governments realized it could spend more money than it actually had by printing it, so they stopped using it in our coins. In 1971, President Nixon made it official. He announced that the US dollar would no longer be backed by gold. The era of money backed by silver and gold was over. Our money became what's called fiat currency. Money that only has value because the government says it does. And from that moment on, the printing presses never stopped. Every time new money was created, the dollars in your wallet became worth a little bit less. Prices went up, savings bought less, and slowly, real money quietly disappeared. Thomas Jefferson warned us about this more than 200 years ago. He said, "Banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies." He understood that when private banks control the money supply, they eventually control everything else. And that's where we are today. Inflation keeps climbing, the cost of living keeps rising, and the harder we work, the less our money seems to buy. It didn't just happen overnight. It happened one small change at a time until real money was replaced by debt and paper promises. But not everyone went along with it. Some people saw what was happening and decided to fight back. The Hunt brothers, the first attempt to take back real money. After silver was taken out of our money, most people didn't even notice, but a few people did, and they decided to do something about it. The year was 1979. Inflation was out of control, gas prices were soaring, the dollar was losing value fast, and people were scared. Two Texas oil billionaires, Nelson and William Hunt, looked around and realized that paper money wasn't safe anymore. It was just a promise. They needed something real, so they started buying silver, a lot of it. At first it seemed smart. Silver prices were climbing fast, from about $6 an ounce to almost $50 an ounce. The brothers bought physical silver, silver contracts, even borrowed money to buy more. For a while it looked like they were unstoppable. The value of their holdings grew into the billions. But here's where things went wrong. The Hunt brothers weren't buying silver like regular people. They were using leverage. That means they were borrowing money to buy more than they could actually afford. The government and big financial institutions didn't like what was happening. They said the Hunt brothers were trying to corner the market to control all the world's silver. So in the early 1980s, the rules were suddenly changed on them. The exchanges raised margin requirements. Basically, they made it far more expensive to hold silver contracts. They forced anyone who was using margin to buy silver to come up with huge amounts of extra cash overnight. Suddenly, the silver market reversed overnight. Buyers were shut out. Sellers flooded in. The price of silver collapsed. The Hunt brothers were wiped out. Billions of dollars gone almost instantly. The Hunt brothers' plan to protect their wealth and maybe restore real money was over. The media called them greedy. The public called them foolish. But here's the truth. They weren't wrong about silver. They were just wrong about how they went about it. The Hunt brothers tried to buy real money using borrowed money, and that was their downfall. Their attempt failed, but what they exposed would not be forgotten. The quiet decay of money. After the Hunt brothers fell, silver faded from the headlines. The world went back to business as usual, or at least it looked that way. But underneath it all, something quiet and dangerous was happening. The dollar kept losing value little by little. Prices went up slowly, enough that most people didn't notice. Kind of like a frog in a pot of water, where you slowly turn up the heat and it doesn't notice until it's too late. Here's the crazy part. Back in the 1960s, a constitutional silver quarter could buy you a gallon of gas. Today, that same old quarter, the one with real silver in it, can still buy you a gallon of gas and then some. But what can a modern quarter buy you now? Maybe a piece of gum from a gumball machine. You see, the quarter didn't really change. Our modern money system did. Over the years, wages rose, but not as fast as everyday costs. Food, housing, healthcare, tuition, everything got more expensive. Families worked harder just to stay even. And yet the media and our government kept saying inflation is under control. Meanwhile, those who understood how the system worked, Wall Street, big banks, and insiders, they used that inflation to their advantage. They borrowed cheap money, bought assets that went up in price, and got richer while the middle class got left behind. And through it all, the idea of silver, real tangible money, faded in the history books. Most people today have never even held a real silver coin. The system trained us to think of paper and digits on a screen as real wealth. But the truth is, the dollar has never stopped losing value. It's just done so quietly, one paycheck at a time. WallStreetSilver and the 2021 silver squeeze. By 2021, the world was waking up. People were angry at Wall Street and inflation at a system that always seemed rigged in favor of the few. It all started with a group on Reddit called Wall Street Bets, the same group that made the headlines for sending GameStop to the moon. For once, ordinary people were beating the big institutions at their own game. But after GameStop, some of those same traders turned their eyes towards silver. They correctly believed big banks were using massive short positions to keep silver prices low, and that if enough people bought silver all at once, they could finally break that control. The idea spread like wildfire. It was called the silver squeeze. In early February 2021, silver futures jumped over 10% in a single day, the biggest spike in years. Dealers ran out of physical silver, websites were flooded with orders, even big silver ETFs saw record inflows of money. And for a brief moment it worked, but almost as quickly as it started, it fizzled out. Some people thought hedge funds were actually behind the push, trying to pull attention away from GameStop. Others realized how massive the paper silver market really was, that for every real ounce of silver, there might be hundreds of paper contracts claiming to represent it. The price of silver fell back down and people moved on. But something powerful had happened. A spark was lit. A new community of silver buyers was born. Thousands joined. People began stacking physical silver, posting photos of their coins and bars to show solidarity. It wasn't about getting rich quick. It was about independence. The Hunt brothers had billions. WallStreetSilver had internet memes, but both proved one thing. When people wake up to the truth about silver as money, the system starts to shake. The Great Silver Awakening. So where do we go from here? The billionaires tried and failed. The internet via Reddit tried and failed. But maybe it was never meant to be about a few rich men or a bunch of posts on Reddit. Maybe it was meant to be about us, ordinary people, quietly waking up to the truth that real money doesn't come from a paper printer. It comes from the ground, from hard work, from scarcity, from something that you can actually hold in your hand. Let's think about this for a second. The free-floating silver supply in the entire world, the metal that's actually available to buy, is estimated to be around 200 million ounces, if that. Now imagine, what if just 1 million people, each owning 100 to 200 ounces, bought up that silver free float? That's just a few $1,000s worth of silver per person. Together, that's enough to absorb the entire free float supply of silver in the world. No debt, no leverage, no tricks, just ownership. Real people holding real value. It's not market manipulation. That's decentralization. That's taking back control. Because here's the truth. Every ounce of silver you hold is a vote of no confidence in a broken system. It's a quiet protest, not with signs or slogans, but with savings that can't be printed away. And it's not about profits. It's about protection. It's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, inflation, bank failures, currency resets, your wealth won't disappear overnight. We don't need to corner the silver market. We just need to reclaim what was always ours, honest money. And we can do it together, 1 ounce at a time. This isn't an idea built on greed. It's not a pump and dump, and there won't be a rug pull at the end of it. It's an idea built on truth, independence, and the goal of freedom. Our founding fathers knew that whoever controls the money controls the people. Well, maybe it's time we reminded the system who's really in charge. We the people have the power. We've always had it, but for too long, that power had been forgotten. We were taught to save in paper money that loses value every year. We were told the system would take care of us, but look around. Prices keep climbing, debts are exploding, and the American dream slips farther and farther away. That's not by accident, it's by design. Our founding fathers knew this day would come. That's why they wrote in the Constitution that our money should be silver and gold. Honest money, real value that can't be printed away. Every ounce of silver you hold is more than just a shiny metal. It's a statement, a declaration of independence from a system built on lies. It's you saying enough, enough inflation, enough manipulation, enough being lied to about what our money really is. We don't have to wait for permission. We don't need to beg for fairness. We just need to take action. Because when 1 million people quietly choose truth over illusion, the system can change forever. But here's the truth. It won't happen unless a lot of people know about it. We need this message to reach millions of people for it to matter. So please like the video, leave a comment, and share it with everyone you know while we still have time. This isn't about fear. It's about reclaiming freedom. It's about taking back what was stolen from us, our money, our independence, and our future. We the people have the power. Let's take back our freedom while we still can.